Thank you, Your Excellency, for this opportunity. Lagos continues to lead economically, technology, creative industry, and in every area. Invest 3.0 has been very interesting conversations around Lagos as a business gateway for Africa. So you move from Nigeria to Africa. And the biggest conversation today has been around stability of policy. What should we expect going forward in terms of more investments through Lagos that will drive a Nigerian economy and also create more trade gateway in Africa?
Thank you very much. So if you listen to the discussions, the various panels, human beings are very dynamic. And so we are talking about brain drain, brain gain. People naturally move to where they think their life will be better. So the essence for Lagos is we must compare ourselves to the best cities in the world, not just even in Africa. So how do we get to that level where people feel that they can actually come back and where even foreigners can say, I can come and live in Lagos? So that is the framework. That is the vision. How do we get there? We believe that the balance sheet of the state government alone cannot fund all the necessary architecture and all the necessary infrastructure that we need. Interestingly, we build the blue line and the red line on the balance sheet of the state, but that doesn't happen anywhere else. So we are the only sub-sovereign that funded such infrastructure on our balance sheet. But the bottom line is that processes must be constant. People must see continuity. It shouldn't be disjointed. There must be changes because the world is dynamic. But those changes must be within a process. And then that process is sustainable. So what we promise in Lagos is continuity of processes. Of course, the outcome differs because the world is also changing. And of course, we must adapt to those changes. But our process, our system is constant, is the same. And therefore, the pipeline is there. And the throughput might be different, but the pipeline is always steady. And that's what Lagos means, because we understand what our people need. In order to get to that, we must make sure that we have investment, local and foreign. So the last person asked me about agriculture, for example. So it's part of partnership. We sit on the smallest land size, about 0.4%, but we house 10% of the population. We must feed those population. And that's why we are building a huge logistic hub so that we can have enough, first of all, to process and to understand where they are coming from, make sure there are no diseases and whatever. So basically we are ready, and we are going to other states to actually buy land to do farming. Because after all, people they come to Lagos to build houses and all the rest, but we can go to other states too, so that we can invest in agriculture and make sure that the farmers there can supply us quality goods that we are doing.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much.
What for you are the major takeaways and the prospects for other states to learn from and mobilize more capital investments?
The takeaway, it has to be reversed. It's really for others to see. One of the greatest things for me is that we've landed a very successful summit. And I believe with the level of attendance, with the level of participation, and with the level of conversations that would even proceed thereafter, I think it's been well put together, and we certainly need to be grateful to all of our sponsors, our partners, and the investing public that have turned up, both local and international. So my takeaway is we're re-emphasizing the readiness of Lagos, the preparedness that we'll put to this, and to tell the entire world that Lagos, which is part of Nigeria, continues to remain an investment destination, that is prepared, that is book ready, and that is business friendly. That also gives us a larger opportunity to the country. You saw the session where some of our brother governors were in attendance, and everybody had a platform to be able to make their pitch and to be able to talk about their various states, which for me, it's pretty very gratifying that they were able to do all of that. At the end of it, it's about development of our country. It's about how do we all work together to develop this country. So it's not a matter of one place alone, which is one of the things we've been able to do here. It's an opportunity for everyone, everyone. But Lagos certainly can take the lead. Lagos can open the door, right? And so once you come in here, what you would see, typically is what we don't have that is available in other parts of the country, certainly, we'll probably just be passing them, and holding them to that part of the. And so at the end of the day, our economy will be better, jobs will be created, opportunities will be given to our young people, and the growth of our country, be the state, be the country, will be the bigger beneficiary at the end of it. So we are just doing our job, ensuring that we can create those platforms, we can create those opportunities for the private sector, who are indeed the real engines of growth. Government is all about ensuring that we can put policies, we can put a conducive environment for businesses to thrive, to work, and like we said, to be a bit more predictable, for them. So that's all we've put together to achieve, and we're thankfully that has happened in the last 2 days here now.
Thank you, Excellency, for
Thank you.
Lagos and Gateway to Africa. Thank you once again.
Thank you.